Good morning, grade 9s, and welcome to your naturalism drawing tutorial. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I know that there's a lot going on right now. So for you guys, what I'm looking for from your assignment is a drawing, but I want to see your planning lines. So I'm gonna show you what I mean by doing the drawing myself. So the first thing you're gonna need is a reference. You can either pick something off the internet or you can use whatever's in front of you. Just please keep it appropriate and PG. But other than that, you can pretty much draw whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is draw my own hand, because hands are pretty easy to do. So what you're going to need is a pencil. I've got a clutch pencil and my normal pencils, but I'm feeling like using a clutch pencil today. An eraser, and then I'm going to go over the drawing with a fine liner to show you what I mean about planning lines and final lines. So when we draw, we don't just start drawing the outline of something, because it's very easy for us to go off track and make something look disproportionate. So the way that I like to draw things is to start with shapes. So this is going to be the palm of the hand. It's a rough squarish shape. I'm going to put a circle here for this meaty part of the thumb. Thumb's going to extend out like that. We've got a wrist, and then we've got some fingers. I'm going to do a rough long rectangle and then divide it up like sort of like that. And then we'll just go through and refine it as we go. So obviously your middle finger is a little bit longer. Should my hand be in a funny shape? Yeah, let's do something like that. And you can see here I'm starting to add in these sort of sausagey type shapes. My pinky's a lot shorter than the other fingers. So we've gone from a couple of rectangles to something that's sort of is starting to look like a hand. And this is what I mean by leaving in your planning lines. So you are not allowed to touch your eraser at this point. I want to see the process and how you got from point A to point B. So I've got some rough, loose, sketchy lines, and what I'm going to do now is go in with the same clutch pencil and sort of start to refine the lines a little bit. There's a joint there, and then that goes like that. And I've got quite a deep marking there. Fingertip. So it goes like that. My nails are pretty long, so I'm going to add in the nail so you can sort of see it like that. And this is where we can sort of start to work the outlines, because we've already got the planning done. So I'm going to add more fingertips. If you've got any weird lumps and bumps in your hands, put those in. Again, nail sticks out of the edge there. Dang, this finger of mine is skew. It's okay, we'll put in my slightly skew finger. So I've got a big knuckle there, and then this goes slightly like that, which is interesting. Never noticed that about my hand before. Maybe it's just the angle, I don't know. Is Miss Gaydon talking for the sake of talking? Probably. So you can see here that I've put my drawing a little bit too close to the top of the page, but that's not the end of the world. So that finger there goes like that, because my ring finger is shorter than my other fingers. Sometimes they're the same length if you are one of the lucky ones. Okay, cool, top of the nail. sort of like that, and now we can start to add in the lines and the details in the knuckles and these sort of parts of the hand. My hands are currently really, oh, my engagement ring, I should probably put that in too. My hands are very, very dry right now, so all of the lines and crinkles are very, very obvious at the moment. Remember that you've got all sorts of lines, that should be there, all sorts of lines and interesting stuff happening in your skin. So be sure to include that. Use a very light touch. What I'm doing now is just starting to make the hand look a little bit more 3D with my shading. It's not doing very much, but it is helping a little bit. And you can see by my hand moving, I've started to smudge the edge, so I'm just going to refine this line and these lines a little bit more. Okay, cool. So I've got a drawing, and you could leave it like this, because this is what I'm asking for. You can see my planning, you can see my sketching lines. This is very simple and easy, but what you could do if you wanted to was take a pen or a fine liner, and if you want to be really bold, you just go for it and you refine the lines. Try and be confident with your lines. Try not to be sketchy with a pen. You can be sketchy with a pencil. Try not to be too sketchy. Apologies for the lighting change. It's been overcast all morning and now the sun comes out. Whoopsie. That's okay, it's not the end of the world. So what I'm doing here is just putting in the basics of the line or the basics of the drawing without it being overly line-like. And I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. So for your naturalism drawing, I want to see these planning lines, I want to see the sketching lines. I mean, I've erased this a little bit by putting my hand over it, but you can always go in and re-add those. Like that. So you can see how I started this drawing and how it's finished. And we always start with a basic shape and we don't start with the outline. If we're going to outline at all, we do that last. So I hope that this helps you with your drawing assignment. Please feel free to get a hold of me if you need extra help. If you're watching this and you're not part of my grade 9 group, I hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. And for my grade 9s, I will see you soon, and yeah, good luck.